Hello people, long time no see. Today, let's talk about breaking down in college, because that's my favorite activity in college. No joke. Hi guys, it's been such a long time since seeing you guys, and for people who don't know me before, my name is Chaplin. I'm currently a rising second year studying at UChicago. Today I'm going to talk about breaking down in college. I think, to be honest, for a lot of the times, or even around the month that I'm uploading my last video of breaking down in UChicago, I was kind of scared and thinking about whether I should really upload this. I've thought about, deleting it because I don't want my friends to see it, I don't want my parents to see it, I don't really want you guys to see it, to be honest. It's kind of a scary thing to think about. Your vulnerable side is up there and for people to see. But I think it's such an underestimated part of college life, and people have been trying to pretend that they don't have it or they're getting really well with it, but it's just really important to kind of like sit down and think about, why are we having those breakdowns and the reasons and things that we can do to avoid that kind of part of college life, or just have some sort of mitigations that we can do. So today, let's talk about it. I forgot to say one thing, but I'm starting my Study With Me channel. It's in this channel, but it will be live streaming. I'll be doing it at least 3 times per week and around 2 to 3 hours per session. And I'll start to put the time that I'll be doing things on the banner or around like the front end of the channel. But I'll be doing that, and if you guys are interested, please keep an eye on that. And I would love to see you guys in the live stream, and I'll love to talk with you guys. But yeah, that's it. So from my experience, as you guys probably know, after my first quarter of studying at UChicago, me and my roommate Dasha uploaded a video speaking about UChicago academics, and we were like, UChicago academics is actually kind of easy. The core classes and the intro classes are easy, and the grading is even a little bit deflated. So that's what I was thinking. So at the second quarter, I tried to take harder classes, and the thing about that is I still don't think it's challenging enough. So for my spring quarter, I try to spike the difficulty all the way up, like all the way up.
Started from the bottom, now we way up, and I got the
yeah. In my third quarter, I took 2 CS classes. One is the hardest part of the intro sequence, 154. The second is the specialized kind of machine learning class. And I'm also taking econ honors, and I'm taking, what is the 4th class that I'm taking? Oh, intro to math proofs class. Why am I taking intro to math proof class? That's such a great question. I forget, but oh, okay, that's another like Chicago sort of requirement. So if you want to take higher level classes, but your intro level of math classes is like easier ones, you'll probably have to spike it all up. Before you spike it all up, they'll like require you to take a hard class or like a transition kind of class called Intro to Math Proof, which is giving you the mathematical tools to do proofs and stuff like that. It's more of a really, I would say, abstract kind of class instead of an applicable one. For that quarter, for the first 3 weeks, I was having a great time. I thought I was challenging myself, even though I'm spending a ton of hours doing my homework and googling things that I still don't understand that well, because like I'm having classes that I don't fulfill the prerequisites in. As for some of the assignments and projects, they assume you to know that stuff, so I'll have to google things around and start doing my assignments. So that's like taking more of my time, even though my mental kind of ability felt slightly challenged, I thought I was doing okay and my grades are fine. I was finishing everything. But starting from the 4th week to all the way to the 7th week, things start to get worse. So I start to realize that, I wasn't able to catch up with things because I couldn't like sustainably grab a huge amount of knowledge that's relative to my brain week by week. So after the 4th week, I start to realize I'm not catching up. Some of the times, I mean, most of the weeks I'm spending like around 30 to 40 hours doing homework, and for some of the days I'll just like get up at 7 and go to the study room and code for straight 5 hours, and then lunch, and then probably a nap, and then code for another 3 hours or 4 hours.
Hey, if your house is on fire,
let it burn.
Your house is on fire.
Let it burn!
Just to finish a 2-week project, but I wasn't able to do any of the 2-week projects because I was so busy with my other assignments. So that was really not good, and it's really bad for my mental health because I'm not spending a lot of time with my friends. I am not, doing the fun stuff. I'm just doing homework. And to be honest, even though it's like really academically challenged, like what's the point if you're spending 40 hours doing those stuff but not like having any fun with college life?
This coffee is bitter like my soul.
So yeah, and at the very end of the quarter, I was just feeling a little bit like so stressed because I think like even if I was able to finish stuff, I don't think my capability of my cognitive part of myself would be able to handle like everything really well. I wouldn't be able to understand or absolutely grab the essential knowledge of each class to really succeed, I would say. So yeah, that's why in the finals week I was like, for some of the days I just don't feel like doing anything, and like after a certain time, probably like 7 p.m, I'll just be very, very stressed out and I don't want to do my homework. I'll probably like go ahead and sleep for 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll get up again to do my coding assignments or other stuff. But that's just the way that it is. It didn't win like that bad. I think I get a beyond average score, but I wasn't really just satisfied with my academic performance and my overall experience of getting my third quarter done in first year. So a couple of reasons as for why I think I'm not succeeding this quarter and breaking down at the very end. The first reason is that I'm taking classes that I do not have solid foundation on. As I kind of mentioned to you guys a little bit before, for 2 of my classes, I do not satisfy the prerequisites on. And they generally assume you to have like statistical methods or like social science mathematical foundations or like linear algebra. And to be honest, even though I think like before the classes, I think I have a general understanding of what those things are. If you ask me what something is, I can just Google it around for like a couple of minutes and I'll be able to explain things to you pretty well. But I realized that when you stack those things up, you'll sort of burn out because you'll have to spend extra time for each class compared with all your classmates. So for example, if there's a coding assignment that people generally spend 5 hours with, if I don't understand a specific model or specific concept of, let's say, linear algebra, people can think about that right away when they have that problem, but I will have to like figure things around and realize that there's something that I don't know and then learn it. So for like 5 hours, I'll probably have to spend an extra 3 hours learning those stuff. So for an assignment, I have to spend like 3 extra hours compared with my peers in that class. And if I stack things up, for other classes, I also have to do things like that. So accumulatively, I'm like spending a lot of extra hours just to get to the same level as my peers because I'm not taking the prerequisites. And to be honest, prerequisites are so important. Like, why am I not taking that before I take those hard classes? So the blame is on me. The second thing is I don't think I reach out to people enough. I think before I entered college, I checked so much like YouTubers and I was like, what are the things that we should do in college to make the most out of our college life? And a lot of YouTubers say things like, go and get study buddies in your classes and let people help you and be able to like carry each other around. And I was like, yeah. But when I'm actually in college, I didn't do it. I thought, I was like, it's just kind of scary to like look around and talk with people that are, having not so friendly face, but they turn out to be absolutely amazing people because it's just so much worth it. People can carry you along the way. If you have any problems, you can just like send your problem to like a messenger or Instagram and they'll be able to like reply to you in a couple of minutes or in a couple of hours. And that's just like saving you so much time. A lot of the times, if I have a coding bug, I just think that, I want to absorb the thing like wholly. So I'll just spend like 2 or 3 hours in the library decoding or debugging that problem without talking with any of my friends. And if I just reach out to my friends, they'll probably have already figured it out and just like give me a response in 5 minutes. And to be honest, I think that's really the way that we should do it. There's such a limited time of your college life and you really need to think about, what's the balance between figuring something out by yourself and the kind of benefits to that and figuring something in like 30 minutes with the help of your friend. You really don't need to be so harsh on yourself just to understand something that well. I don't personally think that's a worthy choice. And third one is I took 4 hard classes that stressed me out while I can take just easier classes or I can take different classes. I'm taking 4 STEM classes this quarter, which is not good because before this quarter, like the 2 quarters before that, I'm taking a combination of STEM classes and the more literature or social science kind of class. And I think that's pretty good because it's helping me to balance different parts of my brain at the same time. I think that's a really good, efficient way of using time because when you're studying in the library, you can switch between subjects so that you're like firing different parts of your brain. But if you take 4 STEM classes, it's like you're doing math constantly, even though econ honors is just taking derivatives and solving differential equations. Like, to be honest, like, it's math. So I'm not having the combination that allows me to switch between things and taking rests. That's why, keep constantly study for 40 hours or 30 hours just feels like so much more pain than that. Fourth one is I don't have a stable schedule of relaxation. You know, more of the times I'm like, you know, I'm really stressed this week, I have to like hang out with my friends. I'm really sad this week, I have to like just go downtown and or gymming with my friends. Like I start to do things when I realize that I have to do so, or else I'll like break down. But I don't have a really stable way of pre-scheduling it in a manner that would help me to prevent those breaking downs or sad vibes from coming in. You know, if I can schedule like 2 times per week with my friends to go to the gym, that will be so much better, because before I'm like feeling stressed, you know, exercising would already help me to balance all those stuff. And so yeah, that's pretty much the reasons as for why I think I'm having the breakdowns and in my third quarter. So as you guys can see, some of the parts are related to the academic challenge by this class scheduling, and some of the parts are related to my own like way of dealing with things. So it's kind of like internal and external factors, I would say. As for how to balance things, I have the following 3 tips. So I think the first one is be patient. Don't force yourself to take harder classes at the very beginning, you know, even though they're like super genius people that are taking, you know, graduate level class in their first quarter or in their first year of college. Like, you don't really have to force yourself to be as strong or like as difficult as they are, because everyone have their own scenarios. And to be honest, thriving in college or doing your best in college does not equal taking the hardest classes. There's so many other factors of your college life. You know, you can, you know, be genuine to your friends, make genuine relationship, you know, join the clubs, you know, explore the city, explore the campus. So much things that you can do other than just take hard classes. You can do your best and achieve the most when you are even taking the easiest classes. As long as you're doing your best and understand things well, finish things in a timely manner, I think that's like the best that one can really ask for. The second thing is that I really suggest everyone to find 1 or 2 study buddies at the very beginning. It's super important. Having people to be your mentor and academic support is very, very important. And also like having partners or study buddies will make you realize that you're not the only one that's being sad and having a lot of struggles along the way. Everyone have their own struggles when they're studying something. Even it can be the easiest class or the hardest class. So just like have study buddies and carry each other along the way, and you guys will be fine. And the third part is try to find more interesting things to savor your life. You know, it can be gymming with your friends. It can be going downtown with your friends in a weekly manner. It can also be like just do important things, but pre-schedule it. You know, at the end of each week, you know, schedule a set of time for next week for you to do stuff that you really love to help you to stable your kind of work-life balance, or schedule a couple of meals with your friends so that you don't feel stressed out or burnt out for the whole week. You know, having these kind of pre-plan of doing things will not only help you to save your life, but it will also help you to be more productive and efficient when you are doing the work, because you know that, let's say at 6 p.m. you're going to have some dinner with your friends. So before that, you're going to spend all your effort doing your P-sets or stuff like that. But in summary, I think, you know, college life is just a part of your life, a very small part of your life, to be honest. And breaking down is probably just a very small chunk of your college life. So in general, like, breaking down in college is such a small chunk of your overall life. So whenever you're feeling that you're breaking down or you're not succeeding, you're not gonna to make the most out of your academic performance in your college, you know, just take a couple of hours, a couple of days, a couple of months, just to sit down and be able to think back, you know, what are the things that you want to get out of college. And, you know, having this immediate or temporary struggle doesn't mean that you're feeling anything. You know, you learn so much along the way, and to be honest, having to face breaking down is one of the most valuable things that I think I can ever face in my first years. I really appreciate that coming to me, making me realize that there are certain limitations that people cannot do, and we just have to face that, and we have to deal with it. We have to thrive after reflecting stuff. Anyways, that's all I have for this topic. If people feel like they have something to share or something else that you guys want me to cover, feel free to comment down below and let me know what you guys thought. For the next time, I'll be rating all of my UChicago classes that I take in first quarter, so stay tuned to that, and I'll see you guys next time.